Danya, I'm going to start with you. How likely is it for Pence to be called? And how would a subpoena for his testimony work if it did come to that?
If Adam Kinzinger said it's likely, then I have no reason to disbelieve that. He certainly would have a lot to say, and has shown less political courage than I think a lot of Americans would like to see in the aftermath of the January 6th insurrection. And so the hearings have had a way of prying loose certain witnesses. We just saw Pat Cipollone finally give testimony, and I mean, even Steve Bannon has purported at least to want now to speak to the committee, although I think we have good reason to be skeptical of that. But one advantage of these hearings is that as information has come out, it appears that witnesses are looking inward and also outward and wondering which side of history they'd like to be on. So perhaps the former vice president will testify voluntarily, which I'm sure the committee would prefer. Otherwise, the subpoena would work just as any other subpoena to any other witness would work. And whether it's written testimony or it's recorded testimony, that's up to the committee and Mr. Pence and his attorneys. But certainly,
Danya, when you say written testimony, can you walk us through what that is, how that's different from the depositions we're now used to seeing at the hearings?
Sure. It's just another form. It's the provision of written questions and written answers. I believe former President Trump did that in connection with some of the Mueller proceedings. It is done less typically than a recorded and oral deposition, and it is just something to be negotiated between the parties. So we haven't seen many of them, or at least we're not aware of many of them, but it may be that that it's more palatable to the former vice president to provide testimony in that form. And certainly that's what Mr. Representative Kinzinger has alluded to.
Matt Miller, there's